Number 4, but as important as campaign finance contribution, I want Israel sanctioned. I want all of the leadership drugged before the Hague, and I want them tried for war crimes. I want every dual citizenship of Israel and America to know. I want them to have their passports suspended. I want them to know that whenever they get back here to America, they're going to be tried for war crimes back here. That is the bare minimum. I'm not accepting no capitulation off of that. All right, taking money from AIPAC and ADL, that all goes back to campaign finance reform. I'm talking about once we get the money out, I want actual, real, substantial consequences against every depraved war criminal that lives in the state of Israel. 5, I'm going to repeal the Patriot Act, and I'm going to cut the defense budget in half. I'm going to do that by closing every international U.S. military base. The American people will no longer foot the bill for being the imperial might that keeps up the entire global capitalist order. That shit's done. So eliminating all of the bureaucratic policing agencies that violate your constitutional rights. That means TSA. That means ICE. That means NSA. That means ATF. All of them are fucking gone, bro. I'm going to take all that money that I just saved and I'm going to put it directly into education. 6, I'm going to release all nonviolent drug offenders. Just because someone consumes a different substance to you does not mean that you have the right to lock them in a cage for the rest of their life. Prohibition is unconstitutional, and I don't give a fuck what substance it is. 7, we're going to outlaw corporate ownership of residential homes. That the restriction of housing as a commodity has a deleterious impact on society. That it prevents people from being willing to start families. That it prevents people from being able to build equity for themselves. Yes, I'm aware that your current housing value at $400,000 should normally be $200,000 if it wasn't for the BlackRock real estate portfolio. That your net worth is tied to their continued ownership. I do not care about the equity that you have in your home. Similar to the way that you do not care about people not being able to have access to housing, we don't care about your perceived wealth. 8, public utilities are owned by the public, built by the public, maintained by the public, and should be prioritized for public use. I give a fuck about data centers wanting to have access to power and water. You come at the very end. All commercial power usage comes after individual public usage. All right, we should not be paying any more than necessary just to keep the grid up and running. If you want to make money off of any type of electric usage or water usage, it needs to be done off of commercial. For 9, if you're a corporation and you got even one employee on government assistance, on public assistance, your tax burden about to be different. I'm talking about 90% on all your profits. I'll be damned if you come out here saying, oh, we made $100 billion last year, and then you want to push all of the costs onto us. You can keep all the profits, and you ain't going to give nothing back to us who pay for all of your labor in order for you to make the profits. Fuck that. 90% off top. There ain't no profits until you start paying your people in such a way that they don't rely on us to make their life possible. I think that any public companies, any large corporations who have accepted public money in the form of subsidies, grants, any of that we should have an equivalent ownership percentage. So with whatever, if you take the amount of money that we gave Tesla, you put that towards their overall value, I want that much ownership percentage back, because that's how capitalism works. That's how society works in any other form. If I give you $2 billion, I get back an equivalent ownership percentage. The American public is about to assert its ownership over all of the companies that it's invested in. Number 10, the purpose of growing food is to feed people, not to make a profit. We don't throw away no more food in America anymore. That shit is illegal. If I catch you doing it, you're going to go do Fed time. I'll be damned. It undercuts all of society for them to watch you, to know that you have food and that you will not share it. It ends up having a negative impact on the regular people who have to go do all of the destruction. They don't want to be pouring bleach on all of that fucking bread, knowing that people are hungry. It ends up fucking up regular people as well, executing the will of the ruling class. That shit comes to an end. That if we grow the food and it's there, it's available to be eaten, that it is a negative impact on society to allow people to be needlessly hungry. We can see the impact that hunger has on education, on worker productivity, that we see that the correlation that it has with crime. It does not make society better to allow people to be hungry with no fucking cause. That's it. There is no cause. We should not be allowing your countrymen to go hungry. If you're okay with other Americans starving, you ain't my countrymen. We ain't the fucking same. I'm willing to fight you on that till the death. So there you have it. 10 quick solutions to start getting us out of the situation that we're in. Those are not all of the solutions necessary. I recognize that I have not fixed everything and that there are more solutions. What I'm saying is that these are a start. These are 10 that I thought of off the top of my head, and I'm going to give you those instead of analyzing problems. Not going to lie, I thought I did a pretty good job of giving nuanced analysis to that fucking economic observation, but you know, I get it. Let's give you solutions rather than problems. This is my attempt at doing that. As always, I appreciate y'all taking the time. Y'all have a good one. Much love.